Bee, as fans know, has become obsessed with Honey, who, despite having had a credit card taken out in her name by the schemer, refuses to have a bad word said against her supposed mate. Billy Mitchell, Perry Fenwick, meanwhile, has long suspected that Bee cannot be trusted, and he's voiced such concerns to Honey, who wouldn't listen. Sensing that Billy would become a thorn in her side, Bee decided to set him up, claiming that he attempted to sleep with her, using AI-generated voice notes to strengthen her accusations. Honey believed every word uttered by the villain, much to the devastation of Billy, who was forced to move out of his home and away from his kids despite having done nothing wrong. Will, Freddie Phillips, however, knew full well that Bee was up to no good, and therefore he joined forces with his dad in a bid to try and expose the truth. But despite his best efforts, Honey still refused to listen. And Will wasn't the only person whose pleas had little effect, with Linda Carter, Kelly Bright, Nicola Mitchell, Laura Doddington, and Elaine Peacock, Harriet Thorpe, all hoping they'd have better luck in making Han see that Bee cannot be trusted. Sadly, it didn't work, with Honey storming out of the Vic when she realized that the trio were staging an intervention of sorts. Determined to show loyalty to Bee, Honey joined her so-called friend at the allotment for what Bee called a cleansing ritual, stealing a number of Billy's prized football shirts, which she threw into the flames. The bigger shock came moments later when Bee attempted to discard a shirt made by Will and Janet, which named Billy the world's best dad. Honey intervened, grabbing hold of the shirt as she remarked that they shouldn't be getting rid of something so special, but sinister Bee turned cold, threatening to tell Billy what they were up to if she didn't follow through. The scales fell from Honey's eyes as she watched Bee, realizing that her friends and family might have been spot on about the schemer, who stared intently at the flames as if she were about to speak the future like the Red Woman on Game of Thrones. Will Honey finally turn against Bee? Is this the beginning of the end for Bee? Or has the master manipulator got another trick up her sleeve? Honey had always believed that kindness could reach anyone. Even when others warned her to be careful around Bee, Honey insisted there had to be more to the troubled newcomer than sharp words and mysterious behavior. Bee had a way of making herself seem vulnerable, always arriving with a believable excuse whenever questions were asked. Honey, true to form, gave her the benefit of the doubt every single time. But in upcoming EastEnders scenes, that trust is pushed to its absolute limit, as a terrifying fire forces Honey to confront the truth she has been refusing to see. It all begins with what appears to be an ordinary afternoon in Albert Square. The community is busy preparing for a local fundraiser, and Honey throws herself into organizing the event. Despite recent tensions, she even asks Bee to help, believing it could be a fresh start for everyone. At first, Bee appears grateful. She smiles, offers to decorate the venue, and even apologizes for some of her recent behavior. Her sudden change of heart surprises everyone, especially Billy, who quietly questions whether Honey is making another mistake. Honey brushes his concerns aside. People deserve another chance, she insists. Unfortunately, Billy's instincts prove to be far more accurate than Honey's optimism. Behind closed doors, BA's resentment continues to grow. Feeling overlooked and desperate to maintain control over those around her, she secretly begins plotting something that will ensure all attention returns to her. Her opportunity arrives when she discovers a fault with some electrical decorations being used for the fundraiser. Rather than reporting the danger, Bee keeps quiet. Instead, she deliberately rearranges equipment, creating the perfect conditions for disaster. As evening falls, residents gather, laughing and enjoying themselves, completely unaware that catastrophe is only moments away. Then everything changes. A loud crack echoes through the hall. Lights flicker. Within seconds, smoke begins pouring from behind the stage. Panic spreads instantly. Someone screams that there's a fire. Families rush toward the exits while others desperately search for loved ones trapped inside the thickening smoke. Honey immediately throws herself into helping others escape, refusing to leave until she knows everyone is safe. But amid the chaos, something catches her attention. She spots Bee standing unnaturally still near the rear exit. Instead of helping frightened residents, Bee appears strangely calm. Even more disturbing, Honey notices Bee quietly slipping something into her handbag before walking away from the growing flames. The moment feels completely wrong. As firefighters battle the blaze and paramedics treat the injured outside, Honey cannot shake what she witnessed. She tries convincing herself there must be an innocent explanation. Yet the doubts continue growing. The following day, Investigators begin examining the cause of the fire. Suggests it wasn't simply an accident. Tampered electrical wiring immediately raises suspicions. Meanwhile, several residents reveal unsettling encounters with B before the fundraiser. One remembers B insisting certain decorations be moved. Another recalls seeing her alone backstage shortly before smoke appeared. Piece by piece, the puzzle begins falling into place. Honey desperately wants to believe everyone is mistaken, until one shocking discovery changes everything. While helping clear the damaged venue, Honey finds a small toolkit hidden beneath collapsed equipment. Inside is a pair of wire cutters along with gloves bearing traces of soot. More chilling still, the toolkit belongs to B. Honey freezes. Suddenly every strange conversation, every manipulation, every convenient excuse flashes through her mind. The scales finally fall from her eyes. She realizes B hasn't been misunderstood at all. She has been deceiving everyone from the very beginning. Heartbroken, Honey confronts B in dramatic scenes back on the square. Rather than denying the accusations, B becomes cold and calculating. She mocks Honey's compassion. "You believed every word I said," B sneers. "You wanted to save me because that's who you are." The cruel admission devastates Honey more than she expected. She realizes her greatest strength, her ability to see the good in people, was used against her. But B isn't finished. Cornered and increasingly desperate, she lashes out, insisting everyone else is to blame for pushing her into a corner. As tensions escalate, Billy and several residents intervene before the confrontation turns violent. Police soon arrive after receiving new evidence connected to the fire investigation. B is left with nowhere left to hide. Watching officers question B, Honey struggles to process everything that has happened. She blames herself for ignoring warning signs that others noticed long ago. Billy gently reminds her that showing compassion was never the mistake. The mistake belonged to the person who exploited that kindness. His words finally help Honey begin letting go of the guilt. Although shaken, Honey refuses to let BA's betrayal change who she is. Instead, she promises herself she'll be wiser without losing the empathy that defines her. As Albert Square slowly recovers from the devastating blaze, relationships remain forever altered. Trust has been broken, secrets have been exposed, and Honey emerges stronger than ever, having learned one of the hardest lessons of her life, that kindness should never mean ignoring the truth. For B, however, the future looks increasingly uncertain. With mounting evidence, angry residents demanding answers, and police closing in, her web of lies appears ready to collapse completely. The fire may have scarred the square, but it also illuminated the darkness hiding in plain sight. And now that Honey finally sees B for who she truly is, there may be no turning back. The fallout from this explosive storyline promises emotional confrontations, heartbreaking consequences, and dramatic twists that could change life in Albert Square forever. One thing is certain, after the flames die down, nothing and no one will ever be quite the same again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to EastEnders Spoilers Official.